Hello, I am Eli G. Brown, Eli G. Brony, and welcome to another classic LEGO Bionicle review, the final one for the 2006 storyline. The last of the 2006 sets, anyway. I've already looked over, like all of the other sets, I already looked over the Voyatoran, already looked over the other Titan sets released in 2006. And I did also already look over Vezon and Fenrakk, but I did not look over Vezon and Fenrakk, so I just thought that I may as well do that, because I had made a goal of reviewing like nearly every Bionicle set out there, well, at least as far as I can go. And I do know that other people have done reviews, but I feel like I should be giving my own personal thoughts about this, as well as showing other people who have not seen other people's reviews about how this set really works out. Alright, so here we have Vezon and Fenrakk. Fenrakk is a giant spider creature that Vezon found on the island of Voyanui. And for those of you that don't know, I did notice that Vezon's name sounded similar to Vezok, and I thought, is he supposed to be some sort of clone? Technically, yes, because in the storyline, Vezon is the result of Vezok getting hit by the Spear of Fusion, which is this spear right here, the weapon that he is carrying. The Spear of Fusion, which can allow someone to either merge or demerge two beings. And you see, the Spear of Fusion was set in reverse so that it would defuse. And the result of that is that Vezok got hit, and he was split into two different halves, himself and Vezon. So, yeah, that explains their similar names. As far as I know, Vezon is supposed to be a name meaning double, which, now that I know his backstory, certainly makes a lot of sense. Alright, so I'm actually going to take these guys, separate these guys and look at them individually. Though, if you've seen my Vezon and Fenrakk review, you pretty much already know about how exactly Vezon works. Although, considering that you most likely would have gotten this set first, like I have, you pretty much would need to, if you're watching the episodes, the classic Bionicle review episodes in chronological order, such as the order of when the sets came out, you probably would not even know about Vezon if you haven't seen the Vezon and Fenrakk review. So I'll go ahead and go over that. Now, Vezon looks very different from the rest of the Piraka. And the reason for that is because, well, for one thing, he is built slightly different. You see, all of the other Piraka each contain this sort of weapon that is integrated into their arm, technically, but Vezon does not have that. He has Roxy leg pieces used for his arms instead, and he also does not carry a Zammer Spear launcher like the rest of the Piraka do. He also does not have a rubber mask. And there's also no spine that comes down the bottom. Instead, he has this cape on his back. Now, I am going to point out that the Vezon capes are quite expensive, so the one that you see here is actually the one that was from Furno XL. I didn't bother to cut up holes in it to make it look more believable. I may do that in the future, but this is just how I'm going to have it for now. So, just going to point that out. I lost the original cape. I have no idea as to what could have happened to it. And as for being able to buy one off of Bricklink, the price for that is very high. And I really have no idea as to why that price had gotten very high, because it's just a cloth piece. It can be made just about out of anything. It shouldn't be that valuable. I mean, I know that it was only released in 2 different sets, Karzani being the other one, but that doesn't make it any more valuable than it already should have been. Alright, well, anyway. Vezon includes the very first version of the Kanohi Ignika in set form, and it's this. This is what the other mask is. This is a variation of the Kanohi Ignika that is represented on Vezon's mask, or Vezon's head anyway, because in the storyline, his mask was fused, well, the Mask of Life was fused onto his head. So, that is the explanation right there. And of course, this mask would also be used on the Maximus robot, except it would not be used as a mask, but instead as shoulders. But that did give us a good recolor for Maki. Now, Vezon is mostly black, even though he is cloned from a blue Piraka. Well, he's mostly black and silver. Pretty much he'd be more classified as being a silver character than anything, since he has a silver mask and he has silver armor on his torso, and he has silver armor pieces. Now, I think that this piece is in the wrong... well, not the armor piece, but the pin piece. I think it's actually in an old gray piece, and it should be in a new gray piece. I may switch those out later. And for the Sphere of Fusion, well, we're done with the brown sets for Generation 1, but at least we still are getting some brown pieces. And this is even a new color for this piece, even, since the Toa Ignika did not have a brown-colored Toa. Huki would have been brown if they didn't decide to have him be yellow and gunmetal instead. But if he was brown, we would have seen this piece on him first. So that is Vezon. Well, his body is actually also made slightly different from the other Piraka. He uses two of the... oh, can you see very well? Two of the... Toa Metru chest pieces used on his shoulders, and a Toa Ignika shoulder armor piece that's used for his lower torso. So, that's Vezon. Now we're gonna look at his comrade, Fenrakk, who is this large spider here. Fenrakk includes this mouth that opens up just like that, which is quite interesting, and we also would see this headpiece used on some future sets, such as the, that horse creature on Bara Magna. Oh, and, he's not very steady, as you can probably tell. Alright, so, that is, I guess I should go over him a bit more. He includes... I'm not sure if it's two... Well, he includes two of the red Piraka main body pieces, though you also got that... got those with Axon. And he uses a dark red Toa Ignika main torso piece that's used on Huki, Nuparu, and Mitoro. And he also has two different styles of legs. There's this style, which uses a dark red Roxy leg piece and a Bordak weapon piece. In the back, it's those Baki throw arm pieces and a Takanuva staff piece. So that is Vezon and Fenrakk. Certainly quite an interesting duo set. Not quite sure if Vezon could actually really count as the additional Toa of the year, since he's not even a Toa, he's a Piraka. Well, more classified as a Skakdi, because in the storyline, the Piraka was just a gang name, and their species were called Skakdi. That was quite an interesting thing to find out. So that is about all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.